and welcome back to Walk, Run, Soar. It is day 20, Thursday. We're doing number 26 in the book. And as you can see, I'm very, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but I just got done running. No makeup, nice messy hair, but this is, I take the moments where the dogs are nice and calm, so hopefully they won't bark or anything like that during a video. So this is a very real me today, no makeup or anything, so. All right, so this one's called Running for Diamonds. And this was actually really fun because it references I don't know if it's really a small business, but it's a company that I follow on Instagram that I didn't realize did this, or maybe they just did it this one time for their anniversary, but you'll see. It's and I had no idea how well known this company was, but she talks about how she was running a 10K called the Diamond 10K in Fresno, California. Her friend Sunny, who is the owner and founder of running apparel and jewelry company Endure, I saw that, I was like, surely that's not the same one. I went on my Instagram, and Endure Jewelry, that I've been following on Instagram for a while now, is the company that she's referencing. So I thought that was cool. Go follow them. They got some cool stuff. But they were doing this 10K for their 10th anniversary of the company. And one of the draws it was mostly women runners, of course, but one of the draws was that instead of a finisher medal, they all got diamond necklaces. So that's kind of cool. So she started the run, was feeling good. She was running at a faster than usual pace, she says. But when she got to about mile 4, the sun was really starting to beat down. And there's partway through mile 4, she was at the base of what was called Killer Hill. She says it's a doozy, especially when you're already hot and slowing down. But she says she decided to put one foot in front of the other and pump my arms. So she, was, really trying to push through, even though it was, she wasn't feeling that great. She shares about how diamonds are made. I think a lot of people probably know this, but she says the combination of pressure and heat is what is necessary to create diamond crystals. And it happens about 100 miles below the Earth's surface, where it's hot and there's high pressure. So she said that was, it was appropriate that the race that she was running was called the Diamond 10K because it required a lot of perseverance. How you'd say that. Let's see. She was determined and she was able to finish. And I think she finished in a great time. She says she finished it right at the hour mark. So I think for a 10K, that's pretty good. And she talks about, the women that were running this race, had their own diamond stories, times where they had pressure and they had to persevere. Beautiful, resilient, and multifaceted. And she says, God often uses heat and pressure to form the gems of our character. He reveals his glory through the trials. Oh, I forgot to read the verse. So anyway, she references back to the verse that I forgot to read, which is 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 12 and 13. Dear friends, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal that has come on you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice inasmuch as you participate in the sufferings of Christ, so that you may be overjoyed when his glory is revealed. And it also makes me think of the verse, one of my favorite verses from one of the Gospels, where Jesus says, in this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. And I always talk about that verse because, all through the Bible, especially these two verses specifically, but all over, it tells us it's going to be hard, especially when we're, going against the grain of what the world thinks. It's funny, on The Chosen, they have their little logo is like the fish, and the fish that change color are swimming against the flow. And that's exactly what it's like. You are going against the grain, against the flow of what the world is wanting us to do. But the Bible warned us that that's going to happen. It's going to be hard. But that God goes with us in all of those trials. All right, so she poses the question, do you feel like you are in the midst of the fire right now? Challenges at work, relationships, financial strain, waiting on direction. And she says, perhaps you are living your diamond story too. It can be uncomfortable, but the result is beauty that can reflect God's glory. I never think that it's just coincidence that things like this mirror, you know, the characteristics of God. You know, that he created diamonds and created the way that they're formed, and, you know, all these different things that, you know, we use as metaphors to mirror our Christian life. I have never thought for one second that that's just coincidence, because God created everything. He created ways for us to see how life works, I guess you could say. In my opinion, that's what I think. So her faith step is, are you coming up on a surprising killer hill in your life? An area you feel like you're facing the heat. She suggests writing down the verse that I read at the beginning and hanging it. She has said something like this before: hang it where you can see it. Like, I like to hang stuff on my bathroom mirror, or write it in dry erase on my bathroom mirror or on my nightstand, or she's suggesting your car, things like that. Or if, you know, if you're stay at home like me, put it where you do your dishes and things like that. Our inspirational quote: you can keep going and your legs might hurt for a week, or you can quit and your mind will hurt for a lifetime. That is Mark Allen, 6-time Ironman world champion. That's a good quote. Because I think it's another instance of what if you quit on something too soon, you're always going to wonder, instead of, you know, give it your all. And if it works out, it does. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay, training notes from Coach Sean. In a race, sometimes it is helpful to disassociate yourself from your running for short periods. Focus on anything but your running or the pain and discomfort. Focus on scenery, dream about the future, think about your favorite movie, or anything else that gives your mind a short break. That is what I loved about the Run Disney races. Like a 10K does, you know, 6 miles is, you know, I've gotten to the point where that doesn't really faze me that much. But, you know, half marathon still is like, I mean, that's 13 miles. But I mean, there was so much to look at, and all these different people and costumes and characters, and it was flat, which was lovely. But I mean, it flew by, especially once I finally caught up to my sister and we were chatting. I mean, it just flies by. So it's good advice if you're feel yourself starting to think too much. If you're, you know, starting to get uncomfortable, find something else to focus on. If you have a buddy, you know, you can focus on your buddy, and it really does help. So I hope everyone's well. We got beautiful weather here today. I think if I remember the weather forecast, I think we're gonna have a couple of nights where it's supposed to dip back down into the 30s, but I think we're finally into a good groove with the spring weather, and I'm so excited about it. I ran on the treadmill today, I'll just be honest, just because there was a little bit of a cool breeze and I didn't want to deal with it. But I told myself I'll run on the treadmill today, and then tomorrow and for long run Saturday, no matter what, doing it outside. Because it's going to be too nice to not do it outside. So, but I'm excited to keep going through this book. So I will see you tomorrow.